So that one there was Abby Powell with Savage. If you've just locked in, you're locked into the Fat Steve Show, Reprezent Radio 107.3. I'm Miz, and I have got Abby Power inside. The track you just heard was Savage, produced by Sam16. And I'm so glad that you said his name earlier, because I actually didn't know how to pronounce it.
I used to say XVI, and then I heard Laughter say 16. I was like, oh my God, he's my own producer, and I can't even say names properly.
I had to Google what the Roman numerals were.
Yeah, Sam's had 4 names since I've known him.
Why?
So you can't blame me, man. He's just a multi-creative guy across however many different platforms. I can't keep up, but yeah.
Thanks for having a confusing name. So we sort of touched on this earlier as well, like all of your tracks have like this really uplifting sort of like majestic vibe, and I absolutely adore it. Like the first one that caught my eye, and it's probably the first track I actually heard from you, was Chargy.
Yeah.
And when I banged it on radio, I was like, that's so sick. So what is your process now, especially because it's evolving so much? What is your process for like writing and building a track? How do you know that that's the one that you want to put out?
I don't. I don't.
You just
Half
do.
the time, I don't. I will sit there. Right now in my notes, I've probably got about 6 songs with the brackets "need to finish" next to them. Whichever gets around to being finished, I'll record them and I'll listen to the demos and then I'll pick it. To be fair, out of pretty much all the songs that I've recorded in the last year, we've probably only scrapped 2.
That's really good.
It's decent. Because before I used to scrap a lot, but I guess that's showing progression. I hope, instead of me just being so blasé and be like, yeah, release it, because I am very kind of fickle with stuff. But luckily, as I said earlier, I work with people that understand what I'm looking for, and they understand what kind of sound we're all looking for as a whole. It's not just about me. It's not just my music that's going out there. Francis the Mute are a collective themselves, so they need to be happy with what they're putting out to the world and stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's no real process. If something I feel in my heart and soul is going to do well, it might not. There's I think Go-To, it's still sub 1,000 views, or streams, should I say. I thought, you know what, this is summer bang or whatever. No, it just didn't hit, and that's fine. You just keep trying. But to me, I enjoy that song, and I'll always enjoy that song.
That's sort of all that really matters at the end. You're the one that's making it, you're the one that's releasing it. If you like it, then that's pretty much all that matters.
Exactly. I just don't want to look back in a couple of years and be like, I hate this song. Yeah. So far, I haven't done it with the stuff I've released in the last year, but stuff from back in the day, I'm like, what are you doing? Why did you release that?
So let's change the question then. What is your boundaries now of when you know you're going to scrap a track?
It's probably down to the hook.
Really?
To be honest, it's never the lyrics, the rapping parts that I'm like, nah, probably not. That's a bit silly. It's the singing parts. There's songs that it's just, Abby, that's too high pitched. You can't hit that note. Just let it go. There's no amount of mixing can fix that. Even though people be like, oh, don't worry, we'll just do it this way. If I don't like it, as soon as I kind of get a feel for it, I've listened to it a couple times, I'm like, it's probably not going to work, so I'll scrap it. So I can always blame the scrappages going on a really overzealous hook where I've just overstepped the mark for myself.
See, with the scrapping, is it untouchable? Is it done? Do you never go back to it, or just some get rejigged? Is there a song that you've made that was half scrapped and then re-put together?
I re-recorded Chargy 3 times.
Twice.
But the first time was ridiculous because I put the wrong BPM on Ableton and I recorded the wrong bloody BPM. So I want to hear that one. Because I didn't know how to use this thing, and obviously this is a month after I bought my setup, and then Sam was like, because Ableton, I don't know, people probably listen you just click this button, it does it for you. I still don't understand.
I've never seen Ableton in my life. I cannot judge. Honestly. I have absolutely no idea.
So Sam's beats always come labelled with the BPM, but I didn't notice at the time. So I'm just like, you know what, it sounds like this. It kind of sounds like this.
Just gonna put it in on this.
Yeah, and I put it in on that, recorded it, and Sam was like, is that the right BPM? I was like, I don't know, is it? I recorded it at this, and he's like, no. I was like, I had to re-record the whole thing. And I'm very stubborn. If I've recorded a song already and I find out I have to re-record a part of it or any of it, I'm very I don't want to do that because I feel like I'm taking a step backwards. I want to move on to the next song.
You are literally me.
Right, yeah, and it's not that I'm a factory or anything where I'm just churning them out, but I feel like I just want to focus on the next thing now. I've done this one, we're going to get it out, we're going to do the release and stuff for it, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing waiting in the pile. But I'm glad I did go back. Otherwise we wouldn't have Chargy. So,
true. And that is an absolute banger. If you haven't heard Chargy, please go and listen to it, because I absolutely love that song. I really do.
Appreciate that. Yeah, that was the first song. It was a year ago this month that you played me on the show for the first time, I think. So yeah.
See, that's nicely well-rounded.
Exactly.
Oh, very happy with that one. So coming off of Savage, what is next in the pipeline for you? Is there any like big goals that you're going for? Is there any exclusive news that you can tell me?
There's no exclusive news that I know of, anyway.
Not yet.
No,
we'll
not
see.
yet. Hopefully one, like soon, who knows. But I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now. I just want to survive, keep my name in people's mouths for good reasons. Must stress that, good reasons.
Please, only.
Yeah, I don't really have a game plan right now because I'm just having fun. Like, I'm just being free. There isn't a label on my back saying you have to release this song and do this, that. I will release when I want to release, and I will release what I want to release. Yeah, that's how I like doing it right now. Just
doing what you want.
Just independently releasing how I feel. If it's every month, it's every month, amazing. If it isn't, then doesn't mean I'm not working and I'm just taking a sleep away from music again. I'm doing something in the background. But for now, I'm going to try as much as we can to release every single month. And then we'll probably start maybe working on the EP again come the new year. I don't know if it's a good idea to push another one this year because I only dropped one and I dropped one 2020, 2021, so 2022 is the next.
Yeah, that works quite
one.
nicely.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we'll work on one. Have a bit more time on it this time instead of 4 months. But yeah, so nothing in stone, but everything happens for a reason. Let it take its course by itself.
I'm telling you, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to be playing another Abby Power song on my radio show.
I mean,
I could bet you money on it.
I mean, I'll send it. I don't know if you'll play it, but out of all of the ones that I have sent, you have supported every single time I've sent it.
It's got to be done, man. The thing is, like, I really appreciate what you do. Like, you work so hard, and you are like me. You work a 9 to 5, like trying to squeeze in everything. Oh my God, it's painful sometimes. So,
you're trying to respond to
respect
music stuff while your work is emailing you. You got people on your team calling you. No, I want to send this email about my music. You're not getting paid for that, Abby.
I'm thinking, cut me a break, man. I'm trying.
Exactly. I'm hustling, man. I'm hustling.
Nah, I absolutely respect it. You have to respect it.
Definitely.
So coming to the end of the interview, I'm going to play another song once we finish up as well. I say this to everyone. Do you have any shout outs? I'm sure you do. And let the peoples know your socials so they can keep up to date with everything that you're doing.
Cool. All right. Shout outs. I always get in trouble for this. I always forget people.
This is why I love doing it. Cause
I'm just awkward because I've already shouted out a lot of the people that I work with.
Shout them out again.
All right. So I'm gonna shout out the people in the room. I'm gonna shout out you, Miz.
Jeez.
I'm gonna shout out my fiance. She's locked inside. Big up Genesis, locked inside. Big up my producers, Sam Hennessy, aka Francis the Mute, every time. Big up the guys that I work with in the industry, Depart, those good-hearted guys. All the DJs, every single DJ that's played me, everyone that's blogging me and writing about me, retweeting me, putting me on their playlist, every single person, and my friends, of course. I'm not going to say my names, the names of my friends because there's too many, but I'm just going to say 2. It's going to be Amy and Sonia, and everyone else. I love you all as well, but I'll be here all night. Big up Amy and Sonia. Big up Amy and Sonia. But yeah, everyone else, I love you as well. It's just the list is too long, and Miz ain't got the time for that right now. But yeah, big up everyone. I love you all.
What are your socials so the people can keep up to date?
My socials is Abby M Power on Instagram, Abby Power on Facebook, if whoever still uses that.
The dying art of Facebook.
And Twitter is at Abby_Empower because someone took Abby Empower.
That's just rude.
It's so rude.
I hate it when people do that. I'm like, that's mine.
Exactly, that's my actual name. But but all of my music links and stuff are on the Instagram and on the Twitter via Linktree.
And also, if you just type in Abby on Spotify, she's like the second one to come up. So it's really not that hard.
Is that actually the second one? Oh wow. Okay.
If you don't even have to type in the power.
That's crazy.
It's nice and easy.
Love that.
Abby, thank you so much for joining me tonight on the Fat Steve Show. It was an absolute pleasure to finally meet you after like a year of playing your music.
It's been amazing. But without you, I wouldn't be here, and all the other DJs. I really appreciate you taking the time to invite me down to Brixton. Love it. But yeah, it's nice to be in the flesh as well instead of having phone conversations and stuff.
100%.
So really appreciate you, everything you do for us and the rest of the scene, you know, so big up you.
I appreciate it. Right, on that note, we're going to get into the final track tonight from Abby Power, and this one also features someone else that is inside the room, Genesis Elijah. This one playing for you right now is Indisputable.